your head on my shoulder.
Hi guys, my name is Mayana, and today on my channel I'm going to be doing a review. I don't know why I got dressed up for this review because I don't think it'll get many views because it's not a popular book, but I really like this book and I really want to get into it reviews, not just like rant reviews or negative reviews, but reviews in general. And so this is my first finished book of October. This is the book that I wanted to review. So today I'm going to be reviewing Horrorstor by Grady Hendrix. Horrorstor is a book about a store that's kind of like a knockoff version of IKEA. IKEA does exist in this book, but they're like the knockoff version. They sell the exact same things for cheaper prices. So basically what Walmart will be to Target is what Orsk is to IKEA. In this book, a lot of like weird things are happening in the store. So Basil gives some workers the task of staying over the store overnight for some extra money because they suspect that someone is breaking into the store at night and like just staying there. The first half of this review will be just me giving a non-spoiler review of this book, and then the second half will be the spoilers. For non-spoilers, I'm just gonna say that I really enjoyed this book. I gave this book a 4.5 out of 5 stars, and that is simply because at some points in the book I did get bored. The book follows characters named Basil, who's the assistant manager, Amy, Ruth Ann, Trinity, and Matthew. So Amy is the main character, and she's basically like the typical I don't care, my life sucks, I hate this job, I want to get out of here, but I can't type of attitude, which I feel like if I was her I would be able to relate to, honestly. But a lot of people did not find themselves liking her character, which I can understand why, because at some points I didn't like her. Basil was the basic manager who was like always on Amy's, like always on her tail and always like judging everything she does, and Amy thinks that Basil wants to fire her. Ruth Ann is a very sweet middle-aged girl who doesn't have any family. She isn't married, and all she has is a Snoopy doll that she watches Real Housewives of, she watches Real Housewives with. Then there's Trinity, who's like this free-spirited girl, all this stuff. And last but not least there's Matthew, who kind of didn't really have a personality. All we know about Matthew is that he wanted to bang Trinity, and yeah. Basil, Ruth Ann, and Amy are on the store, and they are set to like patrol it every half hour for 15 minutes, I believe, and they just walk around the store making sure everything's okay. So making sure that no one has broken into, making sure that like there's no one at the store because it's not open around that time. And then Trinity and Matthew are there because they suspect that it is a ghost haunting Orsk, because Orsk was built on a prison back in like, I think they said like the 1500s, or was like, yeah, I think it was like so Orsk was built on a prison. They used to be there back in like the 1500s or sometime after that. So they are there because they want to start their own TV show called Ghost Boom, I think. So basically they want to be like the Ghost Adventures and find ghosts, and they want to get famous off of that. Well, Trinity wanted to do it, Matthew just was doing it to get into Trinity's pants, basically. And so my favorite thing about this book is first of all, it's the cover. My favorite thing about this book is just like the things in the book, and it's very like multimedia-ish, but not really. I really enjoy books like this that kind of have like pictures and stuff in it. And basically my favorite thing about this cover is that if you look closely, there are a lot of things that you will find. Like if you look closely, like there's a face there, these are hands, stuff like that. And also one thing I really like this book is it's set like an IKEA catalog, and how on IKEA catalogs they have things like a furniture, and then they'll have the name, and then they'll have C page, blah blah blah. So if you get this book, it'll say like, for this it says C page 78. So if I were to go to page 78, there it is. That is my favorite thing about the book. It also has like a lot of pictures like that, throughout the book, like at the start of every chapter. And if like the more you go along with the book, the creepier it gets. Things like this. Also, a thing that I really liked about the book was just like the pictures in between the chapters. Well, it wasn't like pictures, but it would be things like, oh, I lost the page. It would be things like Orsk employee evaluations, or at one scene, Amy notices writing on the walls, so she notices things like this, and they're in the book. And also, like when you first open the book, it has like a map, which I love maps. So it has a map, and it has like what the store looks like, and it has things like this. And for my strange reason, I really like this page, and I was really fighting myself to fill that out, honestly. So I think that'll be it for the non-spoilers. I don't really have much to say about this book. So now we can get into the actual spoilers. I don't know, I really like this book, but one thing about the book that I didn't like was just how it took so long for the scary stuff to happen, and then when it happened, it was kind of just like boom in your face, and then it was so quickly over at that. But then like at a certain point, the end to me kind of like dragged along. It took so long for the end to happen, and I don't know. I don't like how Ruth Ann was killed. I think that she deserved better. I don't like how Matt and Trinity kind of died. It was kind of like, at least with Ruth Ann, we kind of like got to see how she died, but with Trinity and Matt, it kind of just like, you know, nothing. Like, they told us what happened to them, but I kind of like wanted to see it for myself. Also, I just didn't like how the story dragged out. I kind of ended up skim reading some of it because I just wanted it to be over with. But I mean, I still liked the beginning, and I was scared. Like, I was petrified. Like, there would be some times when like I would hear like a slight noise in my house, and I'd be like, oh my god, what was that? Like, you know. So I mean, it still scared me, and I love horror, so it still scared me. But I kind of just wish it was a little better. I mean, the idea is great, and I wish that there were more books that was kind of like an IKEA catalog. But also, I don't know. It's a good book to read in October. Like, this book kind of took me out of the mini reading slump I was in, because I was reading, but I wasn't like sitting down reading for hours, like putting myself into a book. But this book really got me to like reading for hours, and I could have finished this book in 2 days, but I ended up not reading one of the days because I was filming. So I could have finished the book in 2 days, or a day at that, because it's only like 243 pages. Another thing that I liked about this book was, if you reach the end, you know that like how they treated the people that it happened to. It's kind of like they treated it how it would actually happen in America, where it would be like how it actually happened in America. Like, if someone was to like get murdered in Walmart, like if someone was to get murdered in Walmart, then they would like cover it up by paying people off and like making them shut their mouths, and then shutting the store down and building something else over it. My whole thing is, they built a place called Baby Planet over Orsk, and it was like, Orsk had to be a really big store, so why would you need a store for parents and children that big? Like, that was the creepiest thing to me. Also, one thing that I really liked about this book that I noticed, and like no one else that the reviews I watched pointed this out, but if you get to the end of the story, it still has like ads at the end. But at the end of the story, like at the beginning of the story, you get like stuff for like Orsk and things like that, but at the end of the story, you have stuff for Baby Planet, and I just think that is so weird. Like, I mean, I get it because they turned Orsk into a Baby Planet, but I just think that that's so cool how like the beginning of the book, everything was like Orsk focused and everything like that, and then at the end of the book, when they turn Orsk into a Baby Planet, the book also like has ads for Baby Planet, and I just thought that that was really cool. I didn't hate Basil. Like, I mean, there were points when I found him annoying, and I was just like, oh my god, but it was like I kind of understood his I kind of understood why he acted like that, you know. And it was kind of, and also I remember watching someone review and then saying that like, oh, like even like when Amy found out why Basil, like about Basil's sister and all that stuff, she still had no empathy for him. And I kind of understand, like, of course she should have had empathy, but there are people out here who just don't have empathy. Like, I understand from Amy's point of view, as a person who struggles to show empathy, like, it's not something, like, it's something I try to work on, but it's like, it's kind of just like, you know? So I kind of understand why she didn't show empathy about Basil's little sister. Anyway, so I kind of wish that we learned more about Josiah and why he specifically was like that, like, why he did those to the people in prison, and, like, why he did that to the workers there in general. Like, I just kind of wish that we learned more about Josiah. And it was stuff, it was like the book, it was trying to be creepy, and I mean he succeeded, but it was like he had no reason for some of the stuff that happened. Anyways, this book wasn't terrible. I didn't hate it. So I feel like if you like creepy stuff, you should definitely check this book out. And plus, it's just pretty to look at, and it was fun to read, and it'll be cute to have on your bookshelf, like in your own library. So if you have the money for it and you want it, you should definitely check it out, like, you know. Anyway, so that's all for this video. Like, comment, and subscribe. Bye.